the major thing is the day is gonna go by regardless whether you do something or not. So why not do something every single day? If you had a regular job, you're gonna clock in every day for 8 hours, right? So why not clock in every day and just make the calls? No matter what happens, the results you could get from calling is a lot larger than working an hourly job. It can be that, and it can literally change your life and your perspective, and it can make you feel better about yourself. So, and then it's just momentum after that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, it's Aaron Wittenstein, and I would like to welcome you all to Vulcan7 Roadmap. This is where we interview agents across the country on how they take just a lot of listings a week, all right? And this guy here, Michael Marcus, ironically, the irony of life sometimes, he lives in White Plains, New York, which is where you guys know I spent 11 years of business in White Plains. What a small world, my friend, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's crazy how that all works out. It's like everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle there. So we were chatting a little bit here, all right. And can I just get right at it? Is that cool? Is it all right if I just get like right into the meat and potatoes of this stuff, because we got a really cool story here.
No, absolutely. I'm all for it.
Okay, so you prospect on a regular basis, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so normally, I prospect off. I prospect all the time, literally 7 days a week. And normally 5 days out the week, Monday through Friday, I usually make calls in the morning. So I usually start about 8 o'clock. I usually make calls from 8 to 11. Like, so that basically I call expireds, FISBOs, uh, for sale by FISBOs, yeah. Uh, what is it? Absentee owners, and then I work my way to, like, doing cold calling and things like that. And if I don't get any leads, that morning, what I end up doing is I'll continue to call like in the afternoon, like sometime, at like between like 4 to 6, and pretty much, yeah. From that, doing that every day. I mean, usually I end up picking up a lead, whether it's like maybe it's not a sell lead, maybe it's a buyer lead, or just sometimes it's like a future lead. Especially speaking to, like, a cold, like if I'm cold calling and it's not expired, usually I can just put them in a database and I can follow up with them over the time frame, and I'll probably end up, getting a listing maybe like in the next 3 to 6 months. So, it's just a compound effect for me. And why I said I even prospect all the time is because I could be out in a restaurant, to be honest, and I literally ask the waitress if they know anybody looking to sell or buy any real estate. That's just me, though. You know what I'm saying?
You have no shame. You have no shame
I
whatsoever.
don't.
You have
I don't.
and that's absolutely amazing. But here's what I want to bring up here. Okay, is
Mhm.
he's modest. This is a modest guy right here. Okay, so can you tell me what you did, the kind of like the big one, if you will? Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So pretty much, one of my team members, he was asking me like, how do you get more business? And I just basically was like, hey, look, you just need to talk to more people. So, he's like, but like people like who? I'm like, listen, I mean, anybody. I mean, where you work, if you go to church, talk to people at church, just talk to anybody about the business. And he just randomly, went to talk, he goes to church. So he decided to, speak to his pastor, and they happened to be looking for a property. And, he never did a deal before or anything. So he pretty much just referred them to me. And from there, I started to show them, 2 or 3 properties. I showed them. We put out an offer, for asking, and it was for $10 million. And
Whoa. Hold on. You say that so nonchalantly, okay? But it's like you're teaching people, which the crux of what we do
yeah,
is getting in contact with as many people as possible.
yes,
And you by teaching someone else, we get better in general. Yet
right.
you taught somebody the key to the base of prospecting to itself, and you did what? Can you say it with a little more like umph?
Oh yeah, yeah. We put out an offer for 10 million and got it
$10 million
accepted.
dollars.
$10 million. $10 million. That's the biggest deal I did, thus far, and I've been in the business 11 years, but that's the biggest thing I ever done thus far. But it all came from talking to more people, yeah, man. And it was just amazing. That's a commission of 200,000. And like I said, it's so simple, but I guess it's not easy because people, they get in their own way of their own success, and stopping themselves, and worried about being judged, or I guess being too salesy. I don't know, but the whole idea is just to talk to as many people as possible, including family, friends, strangers. I mean, think about this, right? I tell anybody this. If you're a realtor, you literally talk for free all the time. You're talking to people all the time. I know people call you all the time. Just think about that. And you don't ask everybody, hey, do you know anybody looking to sell or buy any real estate anytime soon? If you did that with every conversation, just found the time to just ask that, I promise you, you'll get more business. Overnight, I promise you. People forget that you're in the business because you're not mentioning it to them. You understand what I'm saying? But if you mention it to them, at least I'm gonna just say all the time as much as you can. They can never forget. you know?
I love how you said we talk for free. I think that is just like that's the line of my day right now. Okay,
yeah.
we talk for free. Okay, so um, usually, like I said, usually I talk to expires to my owners, but I think for you, one of your greatest gifts I can just tell is that you have a very pleasant way about you. Where you don't come off salesy, you come off very, you're intentionally based on what you're doing with the goal of being able to, to help people. So, how do you like so like I know we talk about maybe doing a little role play, but like let's pretend, like, give me a scenario that you would ask for business.
Okay, so let's just say we was out. I mean, I could see you walking in the street. So I'm a real so when I first originally started the business, I was doing a straight door knocking. I never was using Vulcan 7, no dial sessions ever. Vulcan 7 is actually the first dialer I ever used, ever. And I literally had it now a year. But it's the first time I ever decided to use the phones. So other than it's easy for me to just, hey, I walk on the street. Hey, quick question, Aaron. Well, let's say I didn't know you. I'm just like, hey, how you doing? Quick thing, right? My name is Mike. I'm a local realtor in the area. Do you happen to know anybody that may be possibly interested in like selling or buying any real estate sometime in the near future?
Okay, so you will stop people on the street
100%.
and
Walking
just
right
say, "Are you
past you.
looking to buy?" Okay.
Yeah, walking right past you. You walking your dog. Hey, quick question, sir. Can I ask you a quick question? You gonna say, yeah, sure. What's going on?
No, no,
Listen,
no, 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 keep in mind, this is New York right here. Okay,
yes.
we're not talking about Florida here. All right, we're talking about New York. What is the typical response that you get when you do that?
Um, I think on my personal standpoint, because I'm smiling and I'm so the way I'm asking they don't know what I'm about to ask. So it's like, hey, wait, quick question. If I say, like, hey, quick question. Do you happen to know anybody right now that's looking like to sell, buy any real estate? I'm actually a local realtor in the area, just looking to see if I can help anybody. Most of the time, it's just like, oh man, I'm not really too sure. And then, but sometimes it's a majority of the time it may be that, but sometimes I didn't had a guy. My first listing ever was just like this in the rain. I'm telling you, it was like drizzling. I had the umbrella on. The guy was walking right with a beer in his hand, and I stopped him just like that. I said, "Hey, excuse me, sir. I know it's raining. I don't want to hold you up. I'm a local realtor in the area. Just was asking, do you happen to know anyone looking to sell or buy any real estate sometime this year?" And he was like, "Yeah, me." I said, "Wait, yeah?" I said, "Where do you live?" He said, "Right here." He was literally about to walk in his house. It was right there. It was so crazy. And I got the listing, literally. That was my first listing ever.
I'm left speechless at this point. That doesn't happen very often.
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So then, with you, just realistically speaking to people for free, when you're on the dialer calling expires for sale by owners, yada yada yada, this must be just like easy for you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. It takes nothing. Because I naturally just think it's gonna, a bunch of no's lead to a yes. All I have to do is literally make the calls. It's not, I don't think of nothing else. I'm not thinking about the negative result, nothing. I'm literally just looking for a yeah, like yes. That's all. You're gonna run into the people that obviously is rude and all that stuff, but that's okay. They don't know you from a hole in the wall. You don't know what's going on with their day. It's a random call, so that's okay. But ideally, it's always I'm looking for that one person like me with good energy, where they really want the help, and they take you on. It's a pleasure to have you. You got the information. You're an expert, and from there, that those are people you want to work with. You want to work with the people that want to work with you. That's how I feel about the business.
Okay, so I never question anyone's happiness. I've learned that. Never ask anybody why they're in a good mood. Okay, I never do that. I think it's bad and not very tasteful. But you genuinely come off as a very um, just a good, happy person. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
thank you.
you're very welcome. Um, where does that come from? Because, and now is it consistent all the time, or like, or do you have to like energize it, and build it up, or where does that come from? Because so many people, are not that way, and you just like you radiate like happiness is the best way to put it.
No, I appreciate it. No, yeah, it's from within, to be honest. I think that's why, I pretty much ended up getting into the business because a mentor of mine, Jeff Williams, he's in a wheelchair and he's the one that actually introduced me to real estate. And he simply just told me, man, look, if I could do this, you could do this. You're young and people's gonna like you. You're a good person. And people could feel that. People want to be around good people and talk to people and work with people that are good people. It comes from the heart. So for me, it's just, it's within me. I really genuinely want to help people. Ultimately, I even do motivational speaking as well. So, genuinely, my whole purpose, I believe, is to help serve others. Help them get to their goals.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say an agent just got through a dial session, 3 hours, and it did not go according to plan. We all know how that happens, right? Like you get
Yeah,
told 6 ways from Sunday of this, that, and the other, and people are not nice and nasty, and they just look like, okay,
yeah,
you know how those days are. Okay,
absolutely.
what would you say to somebody that just gets beaten and beaten and beaten to be able to stay up? What would you? How would you advise them?
I mean, the major thing is the day is gonna go by regardless whether you do something or not. So why not do something every single day? If you had a regular job, you're gonna clock in every day for 8 hours, right? So why not clock in every day and just make the calls, no matter what happens? That's the best advice I could give. I mean, the only difference I'm gonna just tell you, or I'll tell any agent, the results you could get from calling is a lot larger, than working an hourly job. And it's not downplaying the job, but we know the potential, right? Obviously, doing a $10 million deal. I mean, that don't happen every day, but you understand what I'm saying? Like it can be that, and it could literally change your life and your perspective, and it can make you feel better about yourself. So,
I
and
love
then
it.
it's just momentum after that.
It's just like you're going to clock in and clock out regardless. It's a question of you make of it. And you know what I also love too is
Yeah.
that you say I did a $10 million deal so like I said, so nonchalantly. It's like, "Yeah, I did $10 million deal because but the thing is, a lot of people their heads would get big, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And with you, I would think during the process of doing that because how long does it take to close a deal that substantial?
It actually took 8 months. Took 8 months to close.
8 months to close. 8 months to
Yeah.
close. And I would think that you still did your job in the meantime. It wasn't like you didn't get fat and happy, right?
No, absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. Honestly, it made me want to work harder because when you got that in the pipeline, you're like, hold on, it got to be more. That's how I feel. It has to be more in there. You know what I mean? I start shaking it upside down after that. That's just
Shake
me.
those trees. Shake the
Yeah,
trees. Shake the trees.
yeah, you shake the trees. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's how I get. You get motivated. Never complacent. You get motivated. You want to learn more. You also want to share more because other people have other things to share too. It's iron sharpens iron. And you just stay poised, man. Everybody got their own goals. Just stick to it. No matter the success, stick to the goals. Even when you surpass it.
Well, I really like that. I really like what you just said. Really do. It's like seriously, I really like. See, this is what happens
I
when you talk to
appreciate
people from White Plains, New York. You know what I mean? You just mesh with them. Okay. All right. So let's do this. I want to hear you on a call because I got a feeling it's going to be a bit different than what I'm used to hearing. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
it.
Yeah. What's your favorite expires for sale by owner? What do you enjoy calling the most?
Um, enjoy calling. I do a lot of expires. The cold calling I do as well, but expires is cool. I like to do the expires.
Okay. Would you be open to giving me a ring ring?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll do that.
All right. Give me a shout.
All right, cool. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, this is Mike. I'm a local realtor, and I was just calling about the home that came off the market on Main Street. Just want to know, did that come off the market, and like, did you accept an offer, or is the home still available by chance?
It's not available anymore. We're going to take it off for at least a couple of months.
Okay, you guys gonna take it off for a couple months. That sounds great. I was just curious, are you still considering offers on the property if the offer made sense?
Um, I guess, do you have a buyer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I work with a tons of buyers, and I was just a little surprised that the home didn't sell. What kind of feedback did your last agent give you?
We really didn't hear a lot from them. But if you would like, you're more than welcome to give us a call back in a couple of months. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, excellent. I would love to, give you a call back for sure. I just want to know, right? What do you think stopped the home from selling, if you had to say?
Our agent sucked. I mean, the agent was just absolutely brutal. We had this guy named Aaron. He was bald guy, kind of weird, but
I
no,
got it.
it just didn't go according to plan. Are you? Have you ever sold a home in my area?
No, absolutely. Well, I'm selling, me and my team, we sell, properties all over the area, actually, and I was just basically calling because I specialize in selling homes that other agents failed to sell. And I was just curious if you will be open to meeting with me so that I can share with you maybe why the home didn't sell, and then potentially share a plan with you that I actually caused the home to sell. And from there, you could decide if maybe working with me, later on in the future may make sense. Does that sound reasonable?
What makes you different than my previous agent?
Man, that's an excellent question. And I would love to go over that. That actually be the first thing we'd go over when we meet. What time works best for you? Today at 5 or tomorrow at 6?
Tomorrow at 3.
Tomorrow at 3. Excellent. So look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you over my business card just so you can put a face to a voice. And then, I can see you tomorrow at 3. If that
All
works
right,
best.
sounds good. I
Excellent.
I can see you, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of cheating here. Yet I can tell you're smiling through the phone and your pacing is really, really good. You were very even keeled throughout the entire conversation, which is hard because the moment someone gets something good, they kind of speed up a little bit and start talking a little quicker. So your
Yeah.
pacing was phenomenal. And there was no you didn't have any major ups or downs, within, your vocal patterns whatsoever. So that was a very nice phone call. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for sure.
Are you practicing regularly?
Yeah, often I role play a lot. I'm always on the calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. And they do the role plays after I'm on Tuesdays after the with the mastermind, that's what I call
Mhm.
it. But yeah, after that we do the role playing. But I have role play partners as well. So that really helped me a lot. And Vulcan actually, you guys was actually the ones that really got me into it, to be honest. That's why I think I learned I learned so much, during this time frame. And it's really the consistency, and the support, I would say, from other agents as well. I never really realized in this business how much we actually need each other. And I think we overlook that, you know. I really think we do. It helped me a lot. I really think that's why my success been so extraordinary over this past year. I really believe it's just being around that right energy, and I believe in that, being around the right people that want more, and they on the same playing field as people that's above you, as people below you. You need everybody, but everybody's like on the same page. Everybody wants more. And when
Right.
you with that energy, man, it's hard not to succeed.
It's a support system all around you. It's the people that you choose to associate yourself with, right?
Exactly.
Is what it comes down to. All right, so let me ask you this, my friend. Brand new agent knocks on your door, walks past your office, and says, "Michael, I'm struggling. What is one piece of advice that you would give this brand new real estate agent?"
Brand new. I would just basically just tell him like, well, first I would ask, what is he doing? I know you're struggling, but what are you doing? I would ask him a question because that's number one thing. That's the number one rule. I'm gonna tell him you gotta ask questions. And sales is not about talking too much; it's about asking the right questions. So I would just ask him a question. You understand what I'm saying? He probably should be asking me a question if he's already. I mean, how would I say it? Like he's asking me a question, but he should be like, "Hey, man, what is it that you're doing? What is it that you're doing? Because I see you're doing what you're doing, right? For me to even go to you and ask you for advice, you have to be doing something right, right? So what is it that you're doing? So that would be like the number one advice I say: just ask the right questions.
I've been doing many of these, and that's the first time I've ever heard that, and I like it. So I,
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. I
because
definitely.
look, when you ask the right questions, it'll get you on the roadmap that you need. right? It'll let you know exactly what you need. All you gotta do is execute on it. That's it.
Cool, man. All right, so let me ask you this. So I want to wrap this up in a nice little bow. All right.
Okay.
From all of your expertise and everything that you know, what is one last piece of final advice that you have for Vulcan 7 Nation?
Vulcan7 Nation, man, whoever's out there, you just got started with Vulcan or just became a new agent, just pick up the phones. This is a numbers game. And trust me, I wasn't somebody that always had this type of success. I went through the same learning curves and the fear factors that you have within yourself. But remember, everything is all in your head. It's all in your head. And the moment you get out your own way, I promise you, you get all the results plus more, the moment you get out your own way.
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, let's say someone is moving to, where do you serve White Plains? Where do you serve White Plains, Bronx, Manhattan? Like what areas do you serve?
Yeah, so White Plains. I'm from the Bronx, so I definitely still serve my team. We're out in the Bronx, Queens, Long Island area, and White Plains, Westchester, New York.
So he's pretty much covers like a lot of
A
areas, by
lot.
the way, just so everybody knows that. So, so if you need anybody out that way, get in touch with Michael. Michael, if someone does have a referral for you, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Oh yeah, you guys can email me at mmikerealtor@gmail.com. It's the best way. Or you can follow me on my social media. My Instagram is growth with Mike, and on Facebook it's my full name, Michael Marcus Jr.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, I want to say thank you so much for being here. You appreciate you very, very much. This is
Of course.
an amazing conversation. Okay.
Likewise.
And do me a favor. Can you do me a huge favor? Go make
Yes.
some money and just remember to trust the process. Y'all take care of yourselves. Be well until we see you next week.